Hey boys and girls, this is Larry with ubrailroad.com. Check me out. Hey, today's little video is going to be on ground cover. Ground cover is very important because it covers your bare spots. But not only that, it puts true-to-life landscaping into your railroad. And you have to alter and change your ground cover to the actual building and stuff because not every building is going to have the same thing. Because of like around the engine house, you're not going to have, excuse me, you're not going to have flowers and, big chunks of rock right out in the middle of where they drive and stuff. So you got to use your imagination and kind of know where things go. But I'm going to show you some things here. See, like in my engine house, I got a little junk pile here, pretty much dirt because they trample it all day long. In the pit, the turntable pit, you can see I've got a little mixture of everything, some rocks and some bushes and things like that. Excuse me. Then you get up here in the coal mine, and you see I got like a lot of coal. Now what all of that is that's the same thing as my ballast. And I'll get into the ballast in a little while. But then now watch from here. See how we got heavy coal because they spill it all over? Then when you come up the road, you see a different. Then when you go across the tracks before you get there, you see something different too, okay? And then along the track side, that's always different too because there's just all kinds of things there. And like right here along the track as well, here's some more different types of track stuff. And then here's those big clumps of rock that I was telling you that to hold on to after you sift your dirt for making your free water stain there. This is where those come in handy. And it's just a matter of using your imagination, putting combinations together. You can kind of see, all the different things. I use rocks, timber. See, I got an iguana on a rock down there, but I mean dead logs. Just anything and everything that looks natural to the environment. Over there, I got a bunch of rocks that look like they chipped it away when they made the bridge, so it left a little debris. Then I got some dirt, just standard dirt for going up to the Matty Rose. And up here where all of the little characters are, there's just dirt because they walk on it all the time, so you wouldn't see a tree in the middle of that. Of course, they'd cut that down. But you're kind of getting the idea of ground cover. Like there's some of this moss I'm going to talk to you about in a little bit. But you can kind of see, you just put this all over the place and just use a combination, break it up. Don't make a great big huge hillside 4 feet long by 6 feet high, just all of one color, because as well as I do, no mountain in the world would look like that. So anyway, coming in here to my little messy supply house, I'm going to show you what I got. Primarily, I use just about anything I can that's free. I live in an acreage. So here, I'm going to set this down. This way you get a real good idea of what I'm doing here. Let's see. Okay. All right. The first thing I'm going to show you here, guys and gals, is we go to the Keys a lot. And I go down there and I get this brown dirt. Okay? It's just a different shade. It works great for a different tone if you want to use it for a plaster mountain stain. But what I do is I sift it all out. And I get this real fine. You can kind of see how fine that is, okay? I use that, whatever. So when you travel, always take baggies with you to collect rocks and extra dirt and stuff because that stuff really comes in handy and it gives you a lot of variety on your layout. These right here, these are just rocks at the end of my driveway. It's just standard limestone rocks, different colors. And don't be afraid of that white, because if you take isopropyl alcohol, a quart of that, and mix it with like an ounce of shoe polish, black shoe polish or brown, this will take the stain and it'll hang in there and it'll look good, so you can change the color of it. I mean, you're not going to make this black, but I mean, you can really tone it down and get away from that white. You know about my dirt. I use dirt everywhere. Dirt is free and it's great. And even if you live in New York City, go to Central Park. Man alive, we've been there. They got more stuff out there than I do in my backyard, and just help yourself. It's all free. Okay, so I'm going to show you my main bucket of stuff. Here it is right here. Okay, you can kind of see how it looks. Put some light in there so you can see that. And then this is moss that you could buy at Hobby Lobby. And if you don't have a Hobby Lobby where you live, just order it online. And the moss is like this. It comes out, and it's real dry, and it comes out in sections. So you could take this and like just lay it over a ridge, and you can make a bush out of it, a dead dying bush. Or you could crumple it all up, and then you end up with this kind of stuff, you know, that you spread around. See, I got some tree in there, I got pine needles, I got little paper I threw in there. I got a paper shredded real fine, so I'll throw in green paper and color it all up. I even put in a little bit of woodland scenic and stuff like that. And another thing I do is when I go to Hobby Lobby, they got all these great products like lynching. You could buy this half what woodland scenic charges. You can get twice as much. They got regular green. Here's some more mossy stuff. I mean, go to Hobby Lobby. They've just got a ton of this stuff. Here's brown. Here's clumpy. I mean, they just, you know, they got all kinds of different stuff you can use. Here's something that's a little different too. I mean, it's kind of stringy. I don't know what this is, but you can kind of see that. Throw some of that in there. Throw a little of everything. Make your own stuff up. You know, do whatever you need to do to get something that looks totally natural, totally realistic, and has natural coloring to it, and you can't go wrong, okay? Now, another thing I was going to tell you is my ballasting. Ballasting, you know, everybody makes a big deal about buy a little ballast spreader and, you know, buy your ballast and lay it down and blah, blah, blah. Well, I model G scale, as you probably know. Look at here. This is what I use for ballasting. It costs about $3 or $4 for a 20-pound bag. It's kitty litter. Once you get this kitty litter, get yourself a mixing bucket, throw in a couple scoops like this, and then spray it down with water paint, isopropyl alcohol and dye, Ritz, anything you want. And you could color this. And boy, this really takes color like you wouldn't believe. You can make this almost black, that'd be around your you know, your ash pit or something, or the coal pit or whatever. But this stuff works really great. Stay away from spending any more money than you have to. And when you spread it, just, yeah, let me see if I can get a bowl here. You just turn your bowl like this. You go right down the middle, take your brush, swap it to the sides, and then go right along the edge. And you'll be surprised how easy and how controllable your spread is going to be with this. You don't need that fancy spreader or all of that, you know, unless you just want to buy one, then go ahead. But and then as far as coal goes, you see this? This is one way you can do it. You buy aquarium black river rock. Put it on a big sheet of paper and spray it flat black, and that'll take all that shine out of it. Unless you want the shine, keep it there. Okay? Then another thing I use a lot of is really fine sawdust. I take my sawdust and I run it through a sifter, and I get this. This also stains beautifully. Throw this in a bucket with green, brown, black, yellow, red, any color you want. This will take the stain. Make up batches of all different colors. 5 or 6 greens, 5 or 6 browns. Throw them all together. You get absolutely fantastic ground cover with this. And then, of course, if you got a sawmill, you just put a bunch of this like in your hand and you go, and you just blow it everywhere to make it look real, because when they cut on windy days, the sawdust is going to go elsewhere than it would on a calm day. So you want to make sure you cover all your nooks and crannies with sawdust. So that's another thing you can do. Another thing I've done is I've taken some woodland scenic stuff, and I'll get 3 or 4 of them and mix them all together. You know, never use it just singly unless you got a little spot or something, because the more different shades you put in it, I mean, let's face it, you know, in nature, even if you look at a real tree, it looks green, but as you look close at it, you might see several shades of that green. And same on the trunk. The trunk looks brown or gray from a distance, but then when you get close, you see like a black gray, a brown gray, a green gray. You know, you see all of that. And if you want to get realistic, this is what you got to do to like get all of that. Let's see what else I got here. Here's another thing I use too. Kind of ran and knocked my camera over. So let's get this set back up. Okay. Another thing you can do is I use... now I'm falling all over the place here. Okay. This right here is I have a fish aquarium that requires to use carbon. So I take the old carbon out when I replace it, wash it off, and this stuff works great too. It's small, but you know, you can put these in coal cars, you can put it around your coal tipples, mix it with your aquarium rock, you get a fantastic result with that. That does work real well. Another thing I use a lot of is real logs. See, now you can take these logs and cut them into like 9-foot pieces, 9-inch pieces, 9-10 inches, and you know, you can put them on your skeleton cars or lay them around your log thing or whatever. And I'll tell you this, I got these by the gazillions, okay? I have a bazillion of these. If you guys want any, I'll be glad to send them to you. You pay the shipping, I'll get you all you want. Tell me how many and how long, and I'll send you all you want, okay? So, I hate to see people spend when they don't have to, you know? And if I can help, I will. Let's see what else I got here. I just got 1,000 different buckets and stuff like... Okay, here's something I made up to. See this? This is washable product paint. You know what I did with this stuff? This costs like $1.79 at Walmart, and you get like... you get 16 ounces. $1.79. This will make 5 gallons. I guarantee it. Then you make it up. You could spray it. You could put it in a bowl. Pour some in a bowl. Shake your bowl up. Get the color you want. They got this in all different colors. Okay. This, see what it says? It's washable. Okay. So that's why you can't use this outside. But it does work great. I'm telling you, that's another good product to use. But that's pretty much what I have to say about ground cover. And then, you know, go to maybe one of your landscapings and pick up some rocks like this. You know, you clump them together, they look good, you know. Put one by itself, stick one up like this, really bizarre like that. Look at how these rocks almost look like they were made to go together. Can you see that? Look at that. See? You just glue it with hot glue and they stick great, you know. The thing is, it's in ground cover. Don't be afraid to mix and match and use whatever you get your hands on. You know, there's nothing in concrete about this. But this is my way, okay? If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, find the way that works for you that you could work comfortably with. And you'll be very happy. When you're happy, then that's the end result of what you're looking for. So anyway, I think, guys and gals, I think we pretty much covered all of my ground cover. So I think at this time, I'm probably going to say that's the end of it. And I might do another video called Tricks and Tips. And, you know, just kind of show you some different things that I've done. A lot of it you kind of see from the other videos, but I'll put it all together maybe if I get enough people wanting it. And I'll show you different tools that I use and how you can get by on cheap tools and not spend a lot of money. I mean, I've got every saw you could think of, you know. You don't need all of that, you know. If I had to pick one saw over everything, I would pick my bandsaw and my razor saw. You can buy bandsaws brand new for 79 bucks, okay? So it's not like it's $1 million item or anything, you know? And you damn near have got to stick your finger in the thing to cut it off. I mean, you got to be absolutely willing to get rid of a finger to actually cut yourself. So they're real safe, very dependable. You can have them around your kids. Don't let them play by itself, of course not. But I mean, I'm just saying, you know, it's a good saw to have around. Favorite one out of all of them. The one I hate the worst is the damn jigsaw. That thing don't cut a straight line to save my soul from hell. I'm not kidding you. I can't stand the jigsaw, but I do have to use it, but I don't like a jigsaw. Never had a scroll saw. But anyway, Guys, I hope my tips here help you out. I hope you get something done. Stay in touch if you need anything. If you need logs, hey, call me. I'll get you some. But anyway, this is Larry. Over and out.